Okay guys, we're going to go to market. We're actually going right now. Let me just quickly drop the trade in and I'll flick my charts on just so you can see it. Buy, push. Okay, so we're buying a scalp on oil. Let me kind of explain. This is looking for approximately 8 pips, about 40 quid. I'm going to push that out a little bit though, up to around here. Why? Just because there's a lot of momentum coming into the market, but I really want to sort of just do the snap. About 50 quid's what we're after. Okay, let me just kind of explain where this has come from. This is really quick, off the cuff scalp trade. I want to be in for seconds, so I'm going to drop that down onto about 10. That'll do. We'll just leave that there. I'm just setting things up as we speak. Okay, right. Just flick this over. The guys are getting ready to go Benidorm. We are arranging the Benidorm for next year. It's going to be a real good event. It was a success last year. So we're doing a full classroom with the conference center. It's going to be wonderful. So that's what they're chatting about. I'm already booked in, I'm ready to go, and I booked the conference. But what we're talking about is this. Sorry, it just caught my eye because this is all live. Earlier on this morning, we did a market call. Now these things are all live in front of each other, and it was here. Inside of this, Kojak was talking about oil. Okay, so we all get together and we start getting in amongst it. That's what that is. And I said I would track it for him today. So that's exactly what I'm doing here. So broke it down fully, broke the entire trade down. So you can, how we mark it up, how we go through everything, the indicators, how we score it out, you name it, sort of into this. That sheet then comes here. There's nothing to do. And then we track it every hour till it's ready to rock and roll. Track, track, track. And here we are. It's just gone 11 o'clock. I've put in the update as to what's going on. And then we've put that. Now the dynamic has changed. And what it's changed to is this. Now, let me pull up the bigger version of that. And we'll see. Okay. Right. So the bigger version, if I just pull this into shot, is telling me, just pull that across so you can see it, it's not a good trade. It's a day trade, so it's dangerous. So there's no day trading involved in it at all, so you can't swing at the fences. And you're going to have your targets relatively low, 8 pips. Okay? So that's what that's all about. The upper time frames are all over the place, so it's dangerous, but it's buying. And the only trade I've got available to me is a scalp. So I'm going to scalp it for 8-10 pips. Now I've set it for 10, hoping it'll push into it, but really 8 was probably the right score. So what is the premise of this? Well, if we drop this back out to hour, what we can see, it's had a good push up, it's consolidated, it's slammed down, and it's now pushing up into this. Now, if it's running against this, where is the key turning point? Now, this is going to help me with my target. I've got a lower point down here. We have that, so it's going to push through the expansion on the 127, which is up where these two levels are. But it may come back on itself before it gets up there. It's really difficult. So the answer is stay sort of in the middle, which is where that is. All right. Okay. So drop this down in 15 minutes so we can see it a little bit cleaner. Again, what we're looking at here, you can see that it's pushing heavily. There's a lot of volume in here. Now, a lot of people think, oh no, it's at the top, it's at the top, it can't go any higher. Oh, I better sell it. Yeah, I can understand that. It's a valid reason. But look, if it's already attacked this, which it has, here, And you can see that at this point, it came up, attacked that top. It's already had its sell-off. And that sell-off came back to the level, which happened to be at the base of this cluster point. And then the pressure came back in. So it's actually only 3 candles in. This thing still has plenty of room. Now, if you're looking at sort of various wave patterns, and we drop these in, and you can go, well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, it's at the top of the wave pattern. It's not going to push much higher. So that target in the middle is probably about right. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it there. Drop it down into 5 minutes. Take it into 5 minutes. Let's have a little look at this. You can now start seeing this a little bit cleaner. And again, you can see that's pulsing in. That tail worries me somewhat. So yeah, I think that we're going to drop that back down onto, well, about there, about 50 quid. That'll do, you know. Anything beyond that, I think we might be pushing it. So we just need that quick snap. That's your scalp and that's your trade for this particular hour. Now that's what I'm doing. I'm working it in hour segments. So I'll just watch it for the hour. If I want to fight the market, well, this is where it gets a little bit hairy. This particular market is a bit scary. We've got a swing point here, but let's step this back out 15 minutes. There's your swing. So it'll have a chance to attack this level, which means it'll attack that level, and then it'll run at this one. And why this one? It's the top of these clusters. So if that breaks through there, that's going to cost a fucking fortune. So really, I want to average probably onto the base of this. Maybe's there as my last point of entry. And yeah, their last point of entry breaks through that, got a problem. That gives it an opportunity to bounce up and down. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. So let me just run this out and we'll see how we get on. Okay guys, that's cashed out. Not the biggest trade in the world, but it certainly did its job and gave me what I needed. Just check my tickets, get rid of all my tickets out, and there you go, 49.50. And it's starting to go red. So it was probably the right call.
Good job.
So that was that trade. It wasn't a difficult trade. Had its moments, and yeah, she is still bloody shopping. No wonder I'm going bald. But the trade itself, it could only ever be a short-term burst. Now, call it scalps. Anything under 24 hours is a scalp. And I did this for Kojak, but I wanted to do it in such a way that he would see that you can't just switch the machine on and go, well, I'm here, I'm ready, give me a trade, and then just go for it. Because the market don't work like that. You got to wait for it. I started this process at 9 o'clock and then I've tracked it through. It's now currently 20 to 12. So from 9 o'clock I started watching this and I've only just finished the trade now. And it's paid me okay. You know, 50 quid or thick end of 50 quid for just sitting there. You know, some people are happy with £100 a day as a wage. You know, but if I've got my 50 quid, I'm happy. Goes in the pot. All builds up. So you tell me, was it good, bad, indifferent? Doesn't make any odds because I've already done it. It's there in front of you. So if you like this sort of thing, subscribe. Do comment. I answer every single one of them personally, and all my contact details are in the description and comments. Just have a look, and if you reach out, I'll always respond. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.